Welcome back, guys. So I've been given a copy of the Playtester's build so I can help with playtesting, and they're very close to getting the game ready for full release, so there won't be too many changes left now. There are a few still incoming, so it won't be the final edition, but it's going to be very, very close to the final edition. So I've been given the green light to upload a campaign of it. And yeah, so all I've done while playtesting is just play as the Russian Empire. So I haven't touched the Austro-Hungarians. I don't know if they're called Austro-Hungarians. I'm not sure. Austrians probably, or the French, or the British. So I've no idea how to play with any of them three. But I have heard that the French are probably the most difficult to use. So let's check them out, shall we? So France fields massive armies supported by renowned heavy cavalry. So it looks like they're a cavalry type faction, which is good because I did fancy using some cavalry. Excelling in sweeping, overwhelming assaults, yet these great hosts are plagued by fragile morale. Of course they are, they're Frenchies. And the strain of supplying so many men is worsened by poor logistics. Okay, so they've got poor logistics and poor morale. I don't know how poor logistics are going to play into it. Not quite sure. So it looks like each day we have to spend money on the officer, but that's not much money, really. Might add up over the course of a campaign, but I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. New brigade cost is minus 25%, so we'll probably save the amount of money that the officers cost just on the buying new brigades, so I don't think that's anything to worry about. And then we've got melee damage plus 1% per regiment in your army. Okay. So the more regiments we have, the more melee damage we do. That's interesting. So we want to mass as many troops as we can and go charging in melee. Yeah. If it's a cavalry heavy army, I could see that working. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be awkward. Cavalry are still quite weak at the moment. Mainly because of the bracing ability. Like, as soon as you charge in, you nearly always get attacked or hit with a bracing attack, which usually wipes out a good chunk of your cavalry before you've even started fighting, basically. It's quite difficult to engage in melee without them turning to face you, basically. It can be done, but it's not easy. So yeah, looks like we might be able to get some charges going with the cavalry, but I'm not a massive fan of infantry charges because you only get one charge and then you lose all of your stamina, and that affects your shooting and everything. So it's basically like a finisher. If you don't use it as a finisher, you're basically knackered for the rest of the fight. So yeah, what we're looking at here, cheaper brigades, we have to pay a little bit for officers, and our melee is better. So yeah, let's try it on legendary. I don't know how I'm gonna do. I might end up having to restart a few times, but we'll give it a go. Right. Excuse me. Right, what have we got? We've got raiding settlements, intercepting convoys, raiding settlements, intercepting convoys, securing convoys, and securing encampments. Okay, so we've got chasseurs, so we've got some light infantry. Obviously they're no good in melee, so I might leave them. Heavy infantry, they're obviously good in melee. And cavalry, this is kind of what I want to try and focus on, is cavalry. So and this is a cavalry doctrine as well. So yeah, let's try this. I'm gonna try go down the cavalry route. I've no idea if it's gonna work because, like I said earlier, cavalry is probably the weakest of the units right now. I think although there has been some nerfs to the artillery, I still think artillery is really powerful. So yeah, I think heavy artillery factions are still going to be the best factions or the easiest factions to use. We start off with 5 troops, that's nice. We've got Royal Recruits ×3 with 30 morale. And then we've got some Irish Fusiliers with 40 morale. And they're much better at aiming as well, so looks like these recruits they're not bad at aiming actually. And there's quite a lot of them, 1600. And then we've got some cavalry here. So we start off with cav, that's nice. What have we got? Melee damage. So yeah, let's do that then. And then stamina. Let's put the charge on him. And then we've got morale, movement speed. And then we've got morale and stamina. And we've got charge and move speed. Okay. Don't really know who to put that on, so let's just put it on him. Right, let's embark. So we're going to need money at the beginning. Looks like we start off with loads more troops than they do. So France obviously get a good start in terms of quantity, but low morale. So not quite sure how to make the most of that. Well, we'll just play and then see if we can figure out some strategies for how to play with France. Right then. I always have artillery as number 1 for some reason, so and I always have cav as number 4 and light infantry as number 3. So although it's a bit weird having number 2 and number 4, that's what we're gonna do, just because that's what I'm used to. Okay, so we're gonna probably just occupy this housing area here. I think that's probably gonna be the best place to start off. What have they got? So they haven't got any decent musketeers or anything. So yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. As long as our Frenchies don't run away. So if you hold tab, it shows you where all your troops are going to go. I know some people didn't realise that that was a thing, and it's quite an important thing as well, so make sure to make use of it. Right, are we going to use our cavalry to break them? Probably. Yeah, so basically some changes that have been made during the playtesting is the way that the rewards work at the end of the battle. So it used to be based on how many kills you got, and so if you managed to keep one of the enemy alive while you killed off the other 3 entirely, you'd end up with a stupid amount of rewards. So, because it was quite cheesy, they decided to change that. And now it's actually the opposite. Now it's how many survivors the enemy you've got is how much money you get, not how many you kill. So you basically getting prison, you're getting rewards for prisoners, and the prisoners are based off how many survivors they are. So you don't actually want to be killing as many as you can, unlike before. Now you can still kill as many as you want because you do get experience for it. So it's basically a trade. Do you want experience or do you want money? And so at the beginning of the game, I think money is more important. So we're not going to try and kill as many as possible. Instead, we're going to try and break them as quick as possible and get as many prisoners as we can. So yeah, if you do have any questions about any features or anything, I'll be able to answer the majority of them because, like I say, I have been working on the playtesting team for the past 4 or 5 days. So I know virtually all of the changes since the demo was taken down. I won't be able to remember them all off the top of my head, so I can't just list them all, but I will remember them if you ask specific questions. Okay, so we're going to want to just bring our cavalry around, hit these in the side, and then just start rolling them up, I reckon. Cavalry is coming in, which is not great for our cav, basically. Might be able to draw their cav towards me. I mean, I don't mind taking a few casualties on our cavalry so we can rank them up a little bit. Like if we get some kills and then die, not entirely die, but rout, then at least we get some kills so we get some experience. Where if we don't do anything until the end of the battle, we're not going to get any experience and we're not going to level up at all. So you can run away once you've engaged in a fight. You don't have to duke it out. You can try and escape. And then see if we can get some shots off while we're escaping. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm just trying to lead them into my infantry. I might have been better off just hanging around and fighting just to get a bit of experience with them. But I'm just trying to lead them into the infantry so we get the bracing bonus on them. It's unfortunate. There we go. So I don't know if that was worth it or not. We took a lot of casualties. I don't know if we got enough experience to make that worth it. But we've now dealt with their cavalry pretty much. Might just need a little tap. Okay, so the cavalry's not going to come back now. I could even try and get some more kills with the cavalry as one of them are running away. I know that I did say that I want prisoners and not kills, but the cavalry are really difficult to level up because they're so fragile. Do I get better cover if I just move up a bit? I'm not actually trading very well here. I'm not trading very well at all. I'm quite surprised about that. We're obviously trading well here, but yeah, I'm quite shocked that their subsidy recruits who are not even in cover are trading so well against these Irish Fusiliers. Okay, we've routed another one of them. Now, you have got to be really careful when you've got not many troops left in the cavalry, because they can get wiped out very, very easily. Okay, let's go up and see if we can help here. So we're winning in terms of they're going to break, but we've took a load of casualties. Oh, they've got really good muskets, that's why. I did think it was strange. But yeah, that would explain it. Just brilliant muskets. Right, let's just see if we can just get a little bit more experience with this cavalry unit. So I wouldn't bother harvesting kills with any other units if I were you, but the cavalry in particular are incredibly difficult to level up. So every little helps with them. Okay. Not perfect, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Alright. So, what's the plan now then? Right, the loot system has changed quite a bit. So basically, they cost more on this screen, but they sell for half the amount. So it looks like it's worth a load, but it's actually worth half of this. And weapons are worth a quarter of their value. So there are reasons for these changes. I can't remember exactly what they were, but it's not just some random system. There are actual reasons for it. I think it was with the weapons in particular. Some of the weapons can cost like 2,000 gold, so it was to stop you from capturing a 2,000 gold weapon and then earning a stupid amount of money. So yeah, that's why they changed the price of them. Right, let's have a look then. So we can get 93 gold and quite a bit of ammunition, so that's what we're going to do. Still need a bit more manpower. I think what I'm going to do is take some manpower off him, just so I can get the horses back up. Oh, that's some strange bug, that is. I reduced that, added it onto there, and then was able to put that back up to maximum. Now, I don't know if that's a permanent... Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah, it's a strange bug, that one. I know someone's mentioned it before, but I've never actually noticed it until now. Alright, well, we've got some horses. We've got reload and movement speed. We've got morale damage. In fact, I want casualties restored, probably on him. So we'll put the reload and movement speed on the others. Right, it might be worth coming down just to check the slums out. There's a convoy down here as well. Where are the convoys? I know we can just do this and find out. One there, one there, one there, one there, and two up there. Okay, so if I ignore these two, because that's a bit out of the way, then I can come north, quickly get these two, then come across and get them two, and then I've got the 4 that I need. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but I do want to get this slums first. So selling provisions for gold, it's not what I was after, but it'll do. I was after some info on either enemy armies or where the encounters are. Okay. There's another slums there. Right, so we've already got this slot open, so we don't need to buy that slot. So we just need some troops. They've added the ability to see what the trees are without actually needing to buy units. Now, I've never actually looked at the trees for France, so let's check them out, shall we? So, Royal Recruits, German Fusiliers. Interesting. So, are the Germans part of the French? Let's have a look. Yeah, so the Germans and the French are on the same tree, and the Irish and the Swiss. That's interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be the same. Germans, French, Irish, Swiss. I don't know what the difference are going to be between these. So Irish are the best at charging. Germans are the best at defending the charge. Swiss have got the highest morale and the best shooting. So it looks like Swiss is going to be what I go for, shooting and morale. And what about the French? French have got the lowest morale, obviously, and they've got the lowest shooting, and they've got average, or the best hand-to-hand. So for melee you want the French, but for shooting you want the Swiss, and then the Germans and the Irish are kind of like in the middle. So these are just grenadiers. You've got fusiliers over here though. These haven't got... Oh, sorry, veteran fusiliers. So we've got veteran fusiliers here, but these haven't got veteran. These go into grenadiers, so that's 30 accuracy. So they've got the same accuracy. Oh, they've got way more morale. Same accuracy, way more morale. Better in hand-to-hand. Better stamina. So they're just better all round. They've just got less men. So yeah, I think I am going to go down the Swiss tree for the shooting. And then we've got artillery here. Okay. That's not very good accuracy. 10 accuracy on a artillery regiment. So it looks like they're not They're not so good at accuracy, the French, on the artillery. What have we got on this side of the tree? Volontaires Fusiliers. Interesting. Are they... No, they're not light infantry, but they do lead into chasseurs, which are light infantry. So if they're 30 and 40, what were the Swiss? 35 and 55. So the Swiss are still better at ranged. These lead into fairly decent grenadiers, but I still think the Swiss are overall a better all-rounder. So it's basically this tree that it leads into that is interesting. So they've got a lot of different cavalry here. It's going to be difficult to decide what is actually worth. So let's have a look at this row. So 60 morale, 35 charge, 40 melee. 65 morale, 35 and 50. So that's got higher morale, higher charge. Sorry, same charge and higher hand-to-hand. Slightly less stamina. So 65, 35, 50. Whoa. These hussars are pretty awful in comparison. These volontaires. We've got half the amount of hand-to-hand. 15 less morale. Okay, and then we've got the dragoons. So if you're going to go down this path, you obviously want dragoons. Now I kind of do want to try the dragoons, but there's a huge difference between 50 hand-to-hand and 20. 35 morale, charge and 20 charge, so yeah. Quite a tough decision, really. So it's basically, are we going to go down the dragoon route and try and shoot? Now, I think the dragoon route is actually the best route for Cav in the current build, because you don't have to absorb the bracing charge, you can just shoot it out. Or at least they're pretty decent en masse against enemy cavalry. You know what? I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know what the best use of cavalry is at the moment. So, in my opinion, if you're going to be defensive, you're better off with melee cav and counter charge. So sit them behind your infantry line and counter charge once they hit your infantry. Or if you're going to be aggressive, you go with dragoons and try and kill their cav with your dragoons. I think I might go defensive then and use melee cav. So then again, do we need... If we're going into grenadiers, do we really need a defending unit to protect them? I'm not sure. They're expensive as well, 6 and then 7. That's a lot of upgrading. Yeah. Not sure. Quite a lot of decisions to be made there. So what we definitely need is the royal recruits. So let's buy that. Officers enlistable. So we can buy a cheap officer for 49. I don't mind doing that because on some events you need to use a spare officer, and if you're going to lose a spare officer, you may as well lose one that only costs 49. But before we do that, can I afford another unit? Not quite. So items sell for more at this city, so it might be worth stripping the items off these, at least the ones that I'm not particularly bothered about. Like charge and movement speed. I don't really intend on charging much, even though it is their primary trait. But I'm only going to be charging with the cavalry, I reckon, not the infantry. It's close. It's very, very close. I need 8 gold. Right, so let's take off these. How much are these? 6, so sell these, and then we've got the gold that we need. Okay, not bad. So we're not going to be able to afford the officer, which is a shame, but I think at the moment just getting the troops is more important than getting the officers. So let's go down and check this slums out. Oh, we haven't got the money at the moment to, if it is the slum that I want, to be able to buy the thing, but we'll be able to get some money off this chap. Okay. Interesting. Oh yeah, because the officers cost a gold per day. I was wondering why I was on 0 gold and not 2. I forgot about the officer cost. See, that's one thing about keeping a spare officer. It's going to cost me a gold every day, which isn't a huge amount, but it is something to think about. Okay. So they've got some decent musketeers, they've got some land milts, they've got some dragoons, they've got 2 sets of dragoons, they've got more musketeers, so they've got 3 decent infantry and 2 dragoon units, so this is not going to be easy. I think the main thing is... No, I don't know. Right, well, we're going to line up here, take advantage of this hedge line and this forest. But how wide do we want to go? I'll probably stick a unit in there. So let's do that, and then with these, let's just stick these there like that. And then I think, in fact with him, I think I'm gonna go quite wide so I can get more ranks firing. So he's gonna occupy the entirety of that hedge. He's gonna sit in the middle here. And then he's gonna be on the flank. And then we're gonna try and take out these recruits here quickly. So let's bring the cav over here. I'm going to leave the general over here to make sure these guys don't break, because they're up against 2 pretty nasty enemy regiments there, so I reckon this should be okay. I could try and spread out just a tiny bit more just to get some more men firing. Right, these musketeers are heading for these recruits, unfortunately. I was hoping they'd head for these, so that's a bit of an issue. They're... Oh, I forgot they've got 2 sets of cavalry, haven't they? Not just one. Oh, this is going to be rough, this is. This is going to be really rough. I don't know why they're taking so long to move, so maybe we gang up on this musketeer. See if we can get him taken out as fast as possible. I'm not happy with this situation here. He's heading straight for the people who are not in cover, which is pretty smart. And this situation's not good either. 2 cavalry units heading towards my flank. Right, let's spread out a bit. See if we can get as many guns on the enemy as we can. Okay, we've managed to get him to turn. That's good. I can't afford to face towards him with these Fusiliers because this cav is too dangerous. Now them musketeers are going to absolutely wreck these cav if I try and run these cav in. Looks like he's charging me here, which is quite surprising, so... He's still not been shooting, that's annoying. So let's counter-charge. Oh, who is he actually charging at here? If he's charging at him... No, he's not. That's a shame. If he was charging at him, I would have stayed still to get the bracing bonus, but... Let's stand still with you. And then... Let's just bring the general in for a bit of morale. We need to be super aware of what's happening with these cavalry over here. So, seeing as I'm dealing with that over there at the moment, I'm going to have to just keep my cav back a bit. Otherwise I'll trigger the counter charge from them. Wow, their morale went down super fast. So this is going to tire us out really, really badly, which is not good. We're going to be in a terrible condition for shooting after we've lost all of that stamina. But hopefully we win the fight. It's not an easy fight, even though it's 3-on-1. Recruits versus musketeers. We've got these musketeers coming in. That's not ideal. Let's put the bayonets on, wait for him to charge. Let's charge him with these recruits as well, and then I'm going to counter charge with the cav. But I'll wait until they've actually hit me first, so we get the bracing bonus. Okay. Oh, this is terrible. They've both broken. That means he's going to break pretty soon as well. They will recover, but yeah, this morale is not ideal. Bloody Frenchies. Luckily the Cav did pretty decent work here. So we're going to need to get some shots off here. Can't afford to chase them with my Cav because their Cav will just hunt me down. So let's keep ours back here. How can you lose 3-on-1, you absolute cowards? Bloody Frenchies, man. Oh, why are you facing this way? He's going to regroup now. Maybe I should have chased him with the cavalry. Ah, right, okay. Oh no, are they not going to regroup? Oh yeah, they're alright. So they're going to regroup, that's good. Let's bring him over here. In fact, let's bring him over here because he's closer. Let's bring him over to there. I think I might bring the Cav over to help out because I think we're going to need it. So these have all regrouped, so at least the general got them to regroup a bit quicker. But yeah, they're all bloody knackered and cowards. I do like how the French are cowards in this. That does does make me chuckle a bit. Okay. I'm going to try and break these musketeers with my general if they run away. In fact, I might even charge into him just to speed it up. It's risky because obviously you don't want to lose your general, but I think the risk was worth it. I don't want to charge, just face that way. Come on, general, finish him off. He's not going to regroup, is he? Oh dear, that's a bit of a problem. Right, let's get these Cav counter-charging then. Right, nice, we managed to break them, so that's one unit we don't need to worry about now. Oh, he's close to regrouping. Not quite. Okay, let's get these up here and help out. Nice. He is now fully routed, so he's not going to be regrouping anymore. Let's see if we can... Oh no, that looks bad on the left-hand side. Okay, we've got cavalry coming in. Let's get the bayonets fixed. How are we doing here? Taking forever to move because they're all knackered. Am I going to need help over here? Yeah, they're going to break. That's not good. That is not good at all. Them cavalry are going to end up breaking both of my units. And then this royal recruiter's got his back to him as well. Right, well, we've dealt with him, so let's quickly turn around here. We need to get him. Let's move him to there. So what have we got left now? We've got... Where's their other cav? It's here. So they've got 2 infantry and 2 cavalry left. We've got 3 infantry and 1 cav, but severely weakened. Their cavalry is not weakened at all, really. They're coming in here, so let's see if we can get a counter charge on them. Oh, they're going to break, aren't they? They're so close to not breaking. Come on. Come on, lads. They were literally a quarter of a second away from not breaking. Okay, so we're another unit down, but so are they. Ideally, we come and route these as fast as possible. We're going to get shot up by these redcoats. Oh no. We've routed there as well. Oh dear. These are now turning. Yeah. We're going to have to retreat, unfortunately. Well, bloody Frenchies. Yeah, this low morale business is no joke. So, we didn't do too bad, because we've got more men than they have. This is actually not too bad. Because obviously the next battle we're going to start at full morale. So we've managed to chip away at them significantly. But we haven't got any reservists. So we're going to need to run away. We need ammo as well. Yeah, this is tough, man. This is really tough. We've got no money. We've got no reservists and we've got no ammo. Oh my god. Okay. I think we're just gonna have to keep fighting them until we've worn them out. Because we don't want to be just running away from them. Yeah, we're just gonna have to keep fighting them. So the cav don't need ammo, so let's take it off them. Oh, we put it straight back on them. I don't know who it is that needs the ammo, is it? It's just this guy here, is it? Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough, but I don't really see much other options for us. Okay. Right, well, we can occupy this little town again. Yeah, their musketeers have only got 654, so it might be worth trying to finish them off. This light dragoon's only got 180. This one's got a full 400. These musketeers have only got 677. These redcoats have only got 795, so apart from these two divisions, we could take out the flanks. Yeah, I don't want to separate my troops because if their cav will pick me off. So yeah, I'm just going to have to occupy this area here. So I might use the cav to break this musketman over here. Keep the general close by. Let's see what they do with their cav. Okay, so I've managed to pull this musketeer away, but I'm still going to be in danger from the land millets if I move out, but I want to see if I can... Oh no, they're bringing the cavalry across. Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Retreat, retreat. Well, they've separated a little bit anyway, so we're going to be able to 3-on-1 one of their musketeers. Yeah, I could potentially lose the cavalry here if we end up in a cavalry fight. It's not worth the risk. I can't afford to lose an entire regiment. Gonna need to move these up to support. Yeah, having a shootout with musketeers is not good. Oh, them bloody cavalry are coming round. Let's keep ours here just for a counter charge. I think I'm going to need the general over here, otherwise this royal recruit is going to break. Is he charging? It wouldn't be a bad thing if he did, because I might be able to finish him off quickly then. Yeah, the bracing bonus, that initial hit, is really, really painful. And that is the reason why Cav are not so good in the current build, because the bracing bonus is so high. Which isn't a bad thing. It's just tricky to use Cav, basically. Okay, well, we've dealt with one of them. Okay, we're retreating here. So, we're probably going to need... I don't want to risk the general going in, so we're going to need to reform the ranks here. Okay, we've finished that side off now. Are they going to... Oh, they are going to regroup just about. That's a shame. But let's just forget about these for now. We need to turn around and deal with this mess over here. Or do I just try and knock him out of the fight? Go on, let's try and knock him out of the fight and then just bring him over for support. Need to get the general out of here. This musketeer's bearing down on him. Oh, them Cav are going to regroup, but the Royal Recruits aren't. But there's not many Cav left in that division, so it's a bit risky using them. These are routing, that's not good. Oh, this Cav is stalking us. Yeah, he's going to rout, and then they're going to charge into... Oh, was he not firing all that time? Idiot. Yeah, the morale is just such a problem with France. It doesn't matter that you've got loads of men left. They're all running. Oh dear. Right, well, we've almost dealt with this Dragoon unit anyway. So we might have to regroup and fight again. Oh no, we have recovered these. Basically, I've said in my pro tips video that when the unit is below this little hourglass symbol, they can't be regrouped, but that's not technically true. The officers, the commander and these units that have an officer in them can actually boost them higher than their maximum morale temporarily. So if you get them within range, it is possible to rescue them like we have done here. So it's always worth trying that. Let's see. No, we're not going to be able to rescue him, it doesn't look like. Let's see if we can rescue any of these. See, these have only got 300 troops, so we should be able to fold them up. And then they've got 3 units versus ours. We've got... yeah, we did manage to get him. That's good. Yeah, we should be able to do this now then, with us rescuing all these. Have we rescued him as well? We have. Lovely. Okay. We're good. We're good. I could bring the horses over. I'm just really concerned about losing them because 152, I could lose them in a single charge. So I'm really concerned about actually using these horses. I'll probably just leave them out of the fight, to be honest. Might just use them for the morale buff on these, actually. Frenchies. Oh, sorry guys, I had the mic muted. I don't know how long I've had the mic muted for, but yeah, I was talking throughout all of that. Okay, let's have a look. We kind of need reservists, and that'll give us 10% casualties restored as well. So it's worth 950. Tallers, that would only give us 500 plus 300 ammo. I don't know, 300 ammo is quite a lot. And we do need the ammo, so yeah, let's go for this, just because I need the ammo. And then we can just buy the reservists. Okay. What are we looking at? Stamina is not bad. Morale damage received is not bad at all. Let's go for that. We really need morale damage. Received lessened. Okay, before I put any of this equipment on, I'm probably going to need to sell it. So, let's quickly run over here. It costs 72. Yeah, because that costs 84 for 150. We got 350 ammo. So that would have cost us 160 gold. Where for the reservists, it was 950 reservists, which would cost 140 gold. So yeah, it was definitely better to take the ammo. More cost effective. Okay, so how far we need a lot. We need to sell a lot. Maybe we can sell this stuff, I don't know. We need troops, so yeah, let's just sell. Sell, sell, sell. Oh, they've put a feature in, by the way, where if you try to sell and they haven't got the gold, it will give you a warning before actually completing the transaction, which I specifically requested that because I kept doing it over and over again because I'm a big dummy. Okay, we've run out of reservists here and we're not full. This is the place where we can sell items for a little bit more, so what I'm going to do, I think, is take these off here while I can make a bit more profit from it. And then we'll sell them at the next place we go to get the recruits to top up these. Okay. Let's have a quick look in the slums. I probably should have raided this, but too late now. Ooh, provide provisions for reservists. Now, I've got quite a bit of provisions at the moment, and I desperately need reservists. Still not enough. Amazing. Okay, that was really good. That was really, really good. Okay, so we're going to need one more of these. Alright, bear with me 1 second. Okay, this episode has been going on for quite a significant amount of time, over an hour, so I'll probably call it a day for this one. I know we haven't done much, but it's been entertaining playing as the Frenchies for the first time, because I have no idea what I'm doing with them, and it hasn't been a smooth start, but I think we can recover. We're not too far behind. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, if you've got any questions about what changes have been made so far, give me a shout and I'll let you know if I can remember. And tune in for the next episode tomorrow. Cheers for watching. Take care. I shall see you soon.